Hey guys, welcome back. Let's talk about growing. Growing is really important. And my question to you is are you growing? Are you doing things that revitalize your life, that give you enjoyment, give you pleasure, give you excitement, things that broaden the horizons, gives you growth in learning, discovering, excitement, thrill, uh, you name it. So let me dive in. So there are 6 human needs. You may or may not have heard of these. They are developed by Tony Robbins, I believe. I don't know that they came from anyone else previous to him, but that's where I learned about them. But there's the first one is certainty. Certainty is the assurance you can avoid pain and gain pleasure. The need for safety, stability, security, comfort, order, predictability, routine, control, and consistency. We all need this. Some of us need this more than others. Some of us, could use a little bit of this, but want more of uncertainty, which is the second human need. So uncertainty could be also called a variety. So the need for the unknown, desire for change, new stimulus or stimuli, like surprises, challenges, excitements, difference, maybe a little bit of chaos, adventure, or just simply change. So now these are the yin and the yang, the first two. So there's certainty and uncertainty. We all need a percentage of both of these, but again, some of us need more of one category over the other. Just might shed a little bit of light on your life or someone that you know. You might think, oh yeah, my brother, he needs a lot more uncertainty than I do to thrive and to feel alive and feel excitement, where I like more certainty. I like more stability, more routine, know what to expect when it's coming, have, a schedule, know what's about to happen, day by day, week by week, month by month. I definitely feel, for me, I like a little bit of both, honestly, about 50-50. I took a quiz online. It wasn't by Tony Robbins, but I did take a quiz, and it definitely, I don't know, it stated that very thing. I like a little bit of both. I like routine. I like stability. I love stability, actually. I don't like a lot of uncertainty and instability for sure. But I guess it depends on what topic we're talking about. Financially, I like tremendous amount of stability. As far as adventure, I love lots of adventure. I love surprises, in the good way, not in the surprise way of stress. And so you may know somebody that loves a lot of uncertainty, but comes a lot of stress with it, and they like that. I like a little bit of stress, but not so much that it's the uncertain kind. I like to create my own stress that's fun and exciting. All right, so the third of the human needs is significance, feeling unique. Feeling unique, important, special, or needed. Having meaning, feel special. Needed, wanted, have a sense of importance, worthy of attention, love, whatever it is. I see a lot of people trying to get significance by maybe what they drive, what they wear, how they do their makeup, how they act on social media, how they act in, the career might give them significance, meaning, a powerful role or job or business or career. Significance could be just simply in a smaller scale, with your animal, or it could be in a relationship, or multiple relationships, right? So significance can be different for everyone, and I feel like that's really important to me as well. But it doesn't stand out and above and beyond the certainty and uncertainty either. I feel like I need an adequate amount, but not so much so. I actually don't like too much significance as far as maybe in the social media world or whatever. I feel like there's a point where I hit a threshold and I'm like, okay, enough of that, and then I'll like simmer down and do less of that. Meaning, I guess I don't like to be in the spotlight too much. I do like to be a little bit, but not too much. So, significance is different for everybody. You're going to define it in your own way, see it in your own way. But I do feel that each of these categories is really important for the fact that you need to know what it is that motivates you, drives you, excites you, what you need in a relationship. with your friends, with your soulmates. These are really important, and they need to be somewhat in alignment. So the next two categories are those things that are going to make you thrive, make you feel fulfilled, give you joy, pleasure, excitement in your life. And some of you don't have either of these, or very little, or don't really know where to start, don't know where to begin, don't know how to get these. But these two are the really big ones, and that's what this week's topic is about, is growth. And that's the next one. So growth is an expansion of your capacity, the capability or understanding of something, a topic, or desire, continual emotional, intellectual, personal growth, fulfillment, spiritual development. So again, growth can be defined by you uniquely, your own way of describing it or defining it. For me, it's education. Is a lot of growth for me, and understanding and exploring not only myself but other people, what gives them balance or gives them joy, or how to reach their goals. A lot of growth and development for me has been, especially over the last few years, is understanding that we're all so very unique. We come from so many different backgrounds, experiences, knowledge, abilities, capabilities, barriers. We're all so unique and beautiful that it's actually really fun to get to know new clients and help them develop growth. I am going to go over this more in just a second. I wanted to touch on the last one, which is contribution, the sixth sense of Tony Robbins. But the contribution is a sense of service and focus on helping, giving to others, supporting others, giving beyond ourselves, and serving others. So, the top one that comes to mind for me is volunteering or giving back. I do a lot of free stuff online. A lot of it has to do with what I'm focusing on right now, or what I'm hearing a lot from my clients or forums I'm in. I try to offer, tips, suggestions, advice, whatever you want to call it, by means of giving back, right? Giving this information out there freely. And I do a lot for my clients too, or those people that support me, really. I give back to them. I try to give back to them tenfold what they give to me, because guess what? It comes back over and over again. So how are you meeting all of these needs, or any of these needs? Are there some of them that you're lacking in, or some of them that you're curious about? If you need help figuring it out and defining it for you, that's what I'm here for. What stands out to be low for you, lacking, something that you're curious about? I'd love to know. So feel free to comment below. What stands out to be very important to you right now? It seems like as I'm recording this, we're, in a state of, who knows where we are with COVID. I don't watch the news. I don't stay up with all of that, but I feel like we're kind of getting further away from it. But then I hear little things and I'm like, oh, I don't know. It's so much confusion. But for what I see a lot of on social media is a lot of connection that's missing, right? Feeling significant. I get a sense when I talk to a lot of people online, I get the sense that they don't have a lot of significance in their life. For example, complimenting someone and then they just take it as I'm hitting on them. Like they take it to the far extreme. Next thing I know, they're trying to call me, trying to message me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I just wished you happy birthday. I do that for all my friends on my friends list every day. It's part of my routine. I think it's something sweet and genuine, and but I do notice that I feel as though sometimes it's taken out of proportion or taken out of context, because maybe they aren't getting that significance or feeling important in their life, and that's sad. And I think that has to do with a lot of isolation that we have, a lot less connection, really, in our lives. But growth is the powerhouse, in my opinion. It's one of the ones that I feel means a lot. In fact, a lot of my clients, when I talk to them and they tell me how unhappy they are, that's the one I target the most. I want to look at all 6 of them, but the growth is the one that really, to me, stands out significantly, because I feel like when we're growing, we're learning, we're expanding our knowledge, we're thriving. It gets us excited, and we want to jump out of bed in the morning, right? We want to see what we're going to learn and what we're going to grow on for that day. So we all have a need to grow and expand in our personal and professional lives, right? So I don't know whatever it is you do for your career, but you're probably always wanting to learn more, wanting to sharpen your skills, be better at it, right? You can just learn so much out there. Many people's goals are to reach a certain position, financial target, or a particular lifestyle. But when they get there, they become stagnant. They become unhappy because they're no longer growing, right? You've got to make new goals. You've got to create new challenges. You've got to push that finish line out further because that becomes exciting again, right? It's something to thrive for, jump towards, work towards, look forward to. But in general, people are most happy when they feel they're making progress, right? So if you've ever had employees, that's tremendously important. You can't just hire people and tell them, here, do this monotonous job, because guess what? You're not going to retain them. I think that's the big challenge that Amazon has, right? They have a huge amount of turnover because it's a lot of repetitious activity over and over and over again. It's pretty boring, and there's not a lot of growth potential there. We all need something to stretch us, right? Stretch us to learn more, thrive more, strive more for something that will challenge us. Challenging us is really essential, and it's different for everyone. Like, I'm a person that loves a challenge. I thrive in that zone. I do look for it. I seek it out, even at a stoplight. Just kidding. Actually not. But we would need to grow. We need to expand emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, and intellectually. We need to hit all of these categories. Some of us need more in certain categories and less in others, but we all need growth. Growing up, we were all in school. We had deadlines. We had people around us pushing us to learn, pushing us to grow, discover more, challenging us, trying new things. And then we become an adult, and then what? Right? How many people, I can't tell you how many people I've talked to in the last week. I'm like, what do you like to do that's artistic? Artistic? Like, what? Like art? And I'm like, not necessarily like what you think of as painting, but it could be constructing something, building something, making something. It doesn't have to be with paint or Play-Doh. But it is a part of us that we can get lost in and really actually find enjoyment in, and utilizing different parts of our brain. But just wanting to be challenged, wanting to strive for more. This may be continued in college. For some of us, it could be learning a new trade. But again, comfort sets in once we feel like we've hit a wall, right? We've hit a plateau, hit our ceiling. So we have to continually find things to push us to grow and learn more. Not sure about you, but when I was learning something that excites me, I get really focused on the topic. I want to binge watch, right? Binge listen, binge read. I want to look at different perspectives, look at different people's studies, scientific, trials, different things that have been done, experiments, things that will open my mind to new perspectives. I love it. I just binge out on it. But this also motivates me. I feel the fire, the drive, and I can go hours absorbing content, especially on somebody that's super engaging and fun to listen to or read. So I try to read at least a page a day. That's my goal, is one page a day. It never happens to be one page. It's always more. Because the topics that I like to read on really are intriguing and fun, and I have a stack of books that I want to read. But there is a misconception that people that are motivated by money, and sure, money is nice, but people are motivated by feeling those 6 human needs that I talked about. And employers retain their employees longer if they are challenged, growing, learning, they feel stretched. But not too much, not stressed. I didn't say stressed, I said stressed. Myself being a former employer, I reflect on the best years of my career, and it was when we were challenged, when we were learning things, when we were striving for more and pushing for more. Children of all ages feel more connected, greater satisfaction, and lower sadness, lower depression when they are learning, growing, expanding their knowledge in any area that fascinates them, right? I've seen this with my own kids, and I'm sure if you think about it, you've seen it with not only maybe your kids or people that you know. We all just love it when there's something new and exciting and challenging for ourselves. So if that's you, if you feel sad, you feel down in the dumps, you're just kind of like, what's next? Why even bother? That's what needs to occur, in my opinion, is to find something that stretches you, excites you, that you can learn about. It doesn't have to cost money. You don't need $100,000 college career. You can binge watch YouTubes on any topic, really, or create your own. We've always wanted, and see, if you create your own, you're going to learn on that topic so much that you can teach it. And I think that's phenomenal. We always want something to strive for, something that will challenge us to grow and expand. We all need new goals, right? So you set goals. You've got to set micro ones, which are really, really, really tiny. Like I said, I read a page a day. It never happens. I always read more, but it's that small, low bar that I can do any day. Even if I feel like crap, I can still read that one page. Then create the mini goals, then create the small goals, then the medium, and then the large goals. So having things to strive for is what will empower us and drive that fire and desire to jump out of bed, right? That feeling of true excitement. When's the last time you jumped out of bed with fire to just start your day? And also, what are you reading? Speaking of reading one page a day, what are you reading? When's the last time you actually read a real book with paper? When's the last time you took a class? And this class could be free. It could be, something that's offered through your work. So many options are out there to learn, lots of free stuff. You might even be watching this on Udemy, or you might be watching this on YouTube. Social media also offers a lot of free material. Obviously, there's a lot of things that upsell you, trying to get you to buy their programs. And I have fallen for that so many times, but no regrets. But what influencer are you following? That's another one. Not to say that they're all great and they're all amazing, but don't bash on me for that. But there are some really good ones out there to follow. And sometimes I follow people until I feel I've exhausted all measures. There's one that comes to mind that I started following because it was like this real big, she came out with a book. I won't mention her name. Came out with a book, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm so excited. But it was because of the flood on social media that were going after her content. But I immediately saw phony, and bailed out of that completely really quickly before I got too committed into that. So, beware. And it just wasn't for me. She's probably perfectly fine and not phony, but to me, I just did not like the vibe. And that's fine, find somebody else. And I can think of several that I've just kind of migrated to and from. So you just got to find an influencer that is kind of along the alignments with what your goals are. So if you want a strong, healthy body, you want to find somebody that has a dream body like similar to yours. Try not to go too off the beaten path, but follow them on their platform. Read and watch and learn from them. Because again, your environment is really important. What you're reading, what you're seeing, what you're digesting constantly around you, it impacts your health. It impacts your choices, your mental, physical, emotional health. So detox your negative crap in your life, and that's people and that's things that aren't in alignment with your goal. This may even be your family, some friends. Put more distance between those people that are influencing you in a way that you don't want to be. So if your friends are telling you or suggesting, hey, let's go out, let's hang out, let's drink, let's eat all these things that you don't want to be eating, it's a sign that, you need to spend less time with them and find people that are in more alignment with what your goals are. But every day we make certain decisions and take concrete actions that come about as a result of how we think, we feel, and the habits we indulge in, right? We all have habits. Most of the time, you probably don't give these decisions or actions a second thought, but are operating on autopilot. Okay, so it's really important to slow down and be more mindful of what you're doing, you're seeing, you're experiencing. There is a huge advantage to knowing, really understanding what motivates you to do certain actions, right? What is motivating you? What is helping you make your decisions? And I bet you it has to do with those 6 needs that I talked about at the beginning. And you might need to re-listen to this, to listen to those, because when you're doing something, a habit that you want to break, if you're doing it over and over again and you don't understand why you keep doing it, it's because it's filling 3 of those human needs. And you won't get rid of it until you figure out why it's filling those 3 or more human needs and replace it with something else first. Okay, so it's super, super important to slow down, become aware, listen to yourself, define them, how they fit in any of those categories or 3 or more of them, because you won't shake it. You won't get rid of it because it's filling a human need. But when you dial in what your needs are, it will help you make decisions better, clearer. You'll find more joy, you'll find more happiness, more fulfillment. And again, really diving into the growth one is super important. Making sure you do have lots of connection. We need support, we need a community, we need a tribe to accomplish any goals that we set out to achieve. Personal growth can help you in all areas of your life. Okay, it can help you at work. It can change your attitude towards work or career or business, and therefore open up opportunities for whatever, right? Personal growth can help in growing emotionally and mentally and becoming more considerate, more loving, more positive. If you're feeling lost, bored, or not fulfilled, pick a topic that interests you, dive into it, right? Learn however your learning style is. Some people learn by reading, some people learn by listening, some people learn by doing, or a combination. So learn to figure out what your learning style is and go about it that direction. But if you're struggling with coming up with something to talk about when asked, what's new with your life, right? So if somebody's messaged you, text messaged you on Messenger or your phone, like, hey, what's new? And you have nothing going on, well, that might be a sign that you need more growth in your life as well. There's so much in this world to learn and discover. The possibilities are endless. There's so much to explore, so much to experience. And if you're unsure what it is that you want to learn or discover, think back to when you were ages 7 to 14. What was your interest back then? What were you excited about? What did you do back then? Because oftentimes at those ages, we were really into either an art or animals or building things or creating things, and we were just super excited and we weren't influenced by other people's demands or what other people wanted us to do with our lives. So that's a great place to take a look, but that would be a clue. All right, so good luck. If you need help on your journey, you have questions, please reach out to me. Thanks. Bye.